Welcome back to SportsCy. Today we're going to be getting a workout in. Lately, I told y'all last time in the video that I had a little bit of a shoulder injury. Luckily that's healed, so now today I can actually tackle everything that I wanted to do. I'd fallen off a little bit, so I want to do a video to how you get back in the gym when you've taken a long time off. Alright, y'all ready to do this? Let's go! Check me out! Alright, so I'm really excited. Today is Memorial Day weekend. I thought this gym was going to be super packed. It's actually very quiet, so I'm actually able to talk to y'all this time, so there's not too much background noise. So this video is really to try and help the athlete that's taken a couple weeks, even taken months off and wants to get back in shape or back into the routine of working out. So the first thing you really want to focus on, especially like myself, because I had taken about a week where I wasn't consistently lifting 3 times a week, just because part of it was an injury and then part of it also I let my schedule get in the way. Don't do that. Now, to go back to it, so if you're an athlete and you've taken time off and you want to get back into the gym, the first thing that you have to make sure is you have to make sure that you hit one lift that is going to be very extreme. Today my lift, because it's a Monday, I want to hit a front squat. And what I'm aiming for is a 5 times 5. Always rely on this because I'm able to hit the intensity and still work on a lot of strength. Since it's Monday, you know, this is going to be an easy way for me to kickstart the week and then just start making this a routine and carry on into the summer so we can keep getting these gains. All right, so without going too much further, let's go to the front squat and get it started. Let's go. I did not properly foam roll my back, and so I can feel a little bit of tightness in my upper back. So now I'm actually going to bring out the rumble roll. I used to not believe in it, especially when I was younger, because I used to just jump into squats and not have to stretch at all, and I never had to worry about anything. So today, that's why I needed to do it. So the reason why I needed to do it on my upper back is because when you're doing a front squat, it's almost like you're rounding out, and so that's when your upper back muscles start to tighten up. So that's when you want to make sure that you've foam rolled that so that you can have better performance workout. All right, so now I'm just going to jump up in weight. I did 8 reps, and so now I'm just going to jump up to probably 225 and just try to really get 5 in there. Today, I think if I can get to 250, honestly, that would be pretty nice, but 225 is my next jump. I'm not jumping to 185. And the reason why I'm jumping immediately to 225 is because my body's already acclimated to this before in the past. I don't suggest that you do this big jump going from 135 to 225 unless you've done front squats and have done that 225 multiple times with ease. So one thing I would suggest is going from 135 to 185, because front squat is a very, very challenging exercise and it's very demanding on your body. All right, without me chit-chatting too long, let's get back to the workout. I don't know if you noticed there, really wanted to go for 12, but no, you really don't push it. But this is the exercise that hit the intensity that I wanted. But as long as I was challenging one thing, that's all that matters. Now that I'm done doing front squats, now I want to make sure that I get my back muscle. I like to do single arm dumbbell rows. All right, so let's go to the rack. So you've probably done single arm dumbbell rows before, but I like to do it with a staggered stance near the dumbbell rack. The real thing is that however you decide to do your single arm dumbbell rows, the most important thing why I'm doing it in this is because if I worked on my front squat, that means everything is like pulling this way, and what I want to do is actually maintain a good posture, because if you have a good posture, you're actually going to have more balance in your entire core, trunk, especially if you're an athlete like a sprint. And so when it's taxing your chest, what starts to happen is the more and more you do it, like I mentioned when I was foam rolling, is that if you're foam rolling, the reason why I foam roll is so that I don't have that upper cross syndrome that tends to happen if you're sitting at a desk. But why it's important for athletes as well to do single arm dumbbell rows in combination with things that are like chest oriented that pull you in is because it fixes your posture. And if it fixes your posture, then your entire trunk, your core, basically your torso is going to be that much more stable. And if it's that much more stable, you're going to waste less energy, especially when it comes from a biomechanics standpoint, especially for sprinters or athletes that have to do a quick burst. So you want to make sure that everything is balanced out right. All right, so let's get back to it. How am I coming up with these workouts? Am I just freestyling? This is an app that you can use to actually be able to look at every different individual muscle group and look at the exercises that it provides. If you're looking for interesting exercises that still work the same muscle groups and you just want to try something new, check out JFit. I'll show you all how I pick my stuff. The good thing about this app is that it actually shows you how to do the exercises. So for example, good mornings right there. So I'm about to go do good mornings, and that's what I'll finish it out on. If you're doing good mornings, key tips you need to think about in terms of how to do the form, you need to make sure your feet are actually straight ahead, and then you bend your knees, but you're not squatting. You're bending your knees and you're pushing your hips backwards. It's almost like if you're a basketball player, picture as though you're boxing somebody out, but you're not necessarily moving back. So you're pressing through your heels, bending your knees, pushing your hips back as far as your hips will go, so you'll feel a stretch in your hamstring, and then you push forward. So you don't want to do too much weight, because at the beginning it's going to be very difficult, and if you try to go up too fast, you're going to start feeling it in your lower back because it's trying to compensate for the weakness in your hamstrings. But good mornings are a very good way to get your hamstrings and get that posterior chain even stronger. In the time that I had taken off, even though I still have very strong legs, strong quads, as you can tell through the front squat, it's not like I lost much strength, but I could tell a little bit of pain with my knees, and I realized it's because of imbalances in different muscles, as I mentioned before. So I had to make sure that I hit my hamstrings, so that's what I'm doing good mornings for. You know, now that it's getting nice out, I want to start playing basketball again, and I'm team no calves, and I do have a legitimate excuse. See that? The difference is the smaller one. That's my Achilles rupture injury, so I haven't really gained the calf size that I wanted, so I really want to work on my calf.
you really need to focus on, if you're not really getting too much out of your calves, even if you get the burn, what you really need to start practicing is that tension, so holding it. So there what I did is I go all the way to the bottom in a slow descent, and then when I get that full stretch and I feel like my calf is completely stretched, as though I'm like lifting my toes all the way up, and man, that thing burns. If you do calves and you never feel it burning immediately after you're done, you're probably not doing it right. So when I feel my entire calf stretch as far as it can, that's when I push off to get to the top, like I do a full calf raise, and then that's when you really feel it. And it's totally normal for you to feel your tibialis anterior, which is the front muscle. That's the muscle that you feel anytime you have shin splints. So it's totally normal when you're in that bottom descent, like to feel it, because that's how far your range of motion is. So just remember that. And again, it's all about tension, so make sure you take care of this one. Now that I really took care of everything that I needed to take care of, or that I felt I needed to take care of in terms of my current goals right now, but also I want to make sure that I'm still getting my heart rate up on certain things. So since I make my clients do it, I guess I gotta do it too, right? It's hypocritical of me to ask my clients to do battle ropes and not have me do it. All right, so let's go over and do some battle ropes. Well, that does it for my workout. I actually need to stop being a savage and actually put my shirt on. Hey! I love Sway Lee. Anyways, let me go to the gas station. And I'm dying. I need some coffee. I gotta thank Tao Physique for showing me the beauty of these monsters. The great thing is that I'm able to get protein and I'm also able to get my caffeine, but I also need caffeine so I can go throughout my day. If you want to interact with me, I'm so much more interactive on Twitter. You can always ask me any questions you got for fitness, and I'm always willing to help. And also you can ask me questions on there so that I can make future videos that are addressed to you. All right, so let's get back to the gym. Got my man Tao Physique here. What's up, what's up?
What's up, people? You know what it is, man. Getting these gains, brothers, while sipping on this monster. I gotta make sure that I got my products correct, or else they're gonna cancel my sponsorship, you know?
Cheers to that, man. Yeah, so workout went great. Appreciate Tommy coming around. The thing that you want to take from this video that I didn't really get to talk about too much in the gym because it was a little bit too loud. If you are an athlete or somebody that used to train like an athlete and you've been out of it, the most important thing that you have to think about is prioritizing when you're coming back to a workout. You need to figure out something that is a compound lift as your first thing that is able to challenge my central nervous system and just get my body to understand that, okay, we need to recruit this many amount of muscles so that we can maintain the strength or gain our strength back, whatever it may be. And then you can actually focus on other isolation things such as bicep curls and tricep extensions, whatever other things that you want to focus on. Because common mistake is that I've seen so many athletes before, they were doing so much cardiovascular activity in their sports and their training. A lot of them, when they've been out of shape for a while, go and hit cardio like crazy. It totally makes sense why you'd want to do the cardio, but one thing that a lot of people miss, if you've taken time off, you've probably also lost muscle. If you've lost muscle and you just go straight for cardio and you don't focus on strength training, you'll lose some body fat, but you won't have much muscle to keep the body fat off. So my advice to you, make sure that you prioritize in your lifting session that the first thing that you're doing is actually a compound movement, because then you're able to work on strength training and you're able to hit the intensity the same way that I was able to hit it today. Then your body is going to go back to what it used to do, because it's going to remember that you used to have that strength. So that's a key thing that you need to worry about. It's important, of course, I've mentioned you need to make sure that you get proper sleep. You need to make sure that your nutrition is proper. So you need to make sure that you're getting enough protein so that you're able to build more muscle. But so far, hopefully you've gained a lot from watching me do my workout, getting back into shape. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe, because there's going to be exciting new stuff, including a new series that I'm going to be doing as I try to get my vertical leap back up, and then you can get some tips from there as well. All right, I'll catch y'all next time. Check me out.